South Africa is in recession, and by its very nature, recession means a contraction in spending and economic growth. The 12th Annual Smart Procurement Summit takes place this week with a special focus on how procurement can create a sustainable economy and how small and medium enterprises can benefit through legislation and policy that is skewed in their favour. Tagg, who is the COO of Commerce Edge, joins me live in studio. Thanks so much for your time on SABC News, Debbie. Take us through more of what the summit is about.
Well, it started 6 years ago, and what makes it interesting around small businesses is we've always hosted the procurement fraternity in South Africa. That's corporate and government buyers, essentially. But 6 years ago, in partnership, in fact, with ABSA, we saw that there was an opportunity to link, before the new codes, these buyers to good black-owned businesses, small businesses, and to build the divide that we found between the two of them. And that's why we have the Enterprise Supply Development Expo as well. So the summit, it started this morning. Our open day is tomorrow, but we have over 300 small black-owned businesses being showcased and hosted by corporates and governments, by the procurement teams, in fact, saying, here's some good businesses we do business with, come and do business with them.
Often one of the hurdles is that although we've got quite good legislation in place, the follow-through or the acting isn't there from both government and corporate side. How do you try and move past that?
You know, it's also a case of, from a small business point of view, they don't know what they don't know. So how do they navigate supply chain? Supply chain is also quite risk-averse. You know, they do want to do business with you, but you need to tick certain boxes and be compliant. So it's about building that bridge. From a supply chain point of view, is also just opening their minds to that you can do this. And there are good businesses. You know, you don't need to say that there are no good businesses out there. There are. But there is a limit in the environment around finding ways that they can meet and engage.
And then how do you ensure that, to make sure that your corporate clients perhaps are happy, that the standard of suppliers that are there and exhibiting is up to scratch?
So it's very important is that there's some great small business shows out there. They do fantastic things. This is not a purely small business show. It's corporates or government entities hosting suppliers that they already work with. So they've gone through a bit of a verification. They are going concerns. They are already what we call corporate ready, supplier ready. They've got their, let's say, VAT number or whatever they need in order to engage with supply chain.
Let's go back to the conference. You said there's going to be an open day. What kind of people should be attending, or what kind of corporates should be attending the event?
So we already started today, so all the buyers have arrived today, and the SMEs, in fact, are enjoying a conference called Smart Supplier. VC Tim Inquire is busy doing his keynote presentation with them as we speak. But from tomorrow is our open day, and we really are looking to buyers and corporates to come and visit and to source. But the other side is that there's great opportunities for small business, even if you're not a going concern yet, to come and see what opportunities there are and to engage with corporates and to engage with buyers, corporate and government, and just find out. We have sessions from Gauteng Treasury of how to do business with them. So there's a lot of free training theatres. There's something called Supplier Matchup, where you can engage with procurement from various companies. There's over 30 different companies, and just find out, you know, what are the opportunities that are out there and what do you need to do in order to grab those.
And I'm assuming that's free for people who want to go tomorrow. Yeah. So when we speak about our economy and South Africa's high rate of unemployment, we always look to small and medium enterprises. How much of a solution, and what do you think needs to be changed in order to make sure that this is really capitalized on and we create as many jobs and as many relationships from small and medium enterprises as possible?
We had quite an interesting discussion with 70 CPOs in the room this morning before I joined you. And yes, legislation has pushed that support from supply chain. It was really encouraging, though, to hear them say that it's not a compliance thing. You know, that's been our big push. We don't want it to be a tick box exercise. Really, it's the right thing to do. But yes, personally, if we look at the space that we play in, we see a lot of failure with small businesses. So there's a lot of support coming from government entities around trying to help startups, etc. But we feel very, very passionate about taking a business that's got a good product, that's giving a particular company good service, and not making them reliant on one corporate or government entity, not making them reliant on one tender, now scaling them up. And that's where the support becomes important, and things like this where we're linking buying power and supply chain to existing SMEs and letting them, employ another 5 or 10 people. And that really is about job creation.
Thanks so much for your time. Tagg, CEO of Commerce Edge, speaking to us there about that conference. Let's go.